Have you ever stopped to ask, who's really talking in your head all day? That quiet voice, the one that repeats your to-do list, questions your choices, or says, "Why did I do that?" That's called your inner voice. And believe it or not, it's one of the most powerful tools your brain has. It helps you plan, solve problems, and stay in control. But here's the catch. When it goes too far, it becomes something else. It turns into chatter, the kind of overthinking that never stops, worrying about things you can't change, imagining the worst. Chatter can keep you stuck in your head and out of your life. This episode isn't just about learning new English words. It's about learning how to manage that voice inside, so it works for you, not against you. So if you're shadowing me today, get ready. You're not just practicing English. You're learning how to stay calm, focused, and clear, even when your mind is busy. Let's dive in. What is the inner voice? The inner voice is the voice you hear in your mind, the one you talk to when you're thinking. It's silent, but powerful. You might use it when you're planning what to say, or remembering something important. It helps you prepare for a big day, solve a problem, or check in with yourself. That voice is a natural part of being human. We all have it. It helps us stay organized, understand our emotions, and learn from past mistakes. Let's say you're about to give a presentation. You might rehearse what to say in your head. That's your inner voice helping you get ready. Or maybe you had a fight with a friend and you're thinking about what happened. Again, your inner voice is there. This voice gives you a space to reflect, to think, to plan. Without it, life would feel confusing and out of control, but this same voice can also cause problems. That's what we'll explore next. When does the inner voice turn into chatter? The inner voice becomes chatter when it doesn't stop. Instead of helping you think, it makes you feel stuck. You go over the same thought again and again. You replay a mistake, imagine something bad happening, or ask the same question but never answer it. That's not reflection anymore. That's rumination. And it's not helpful. Chatter shows up in everyday situations. You send a message and they don't reply. Suddenly your mind says, "Did I say something wrong? They must be mad at me. I always mess things up." This kind of thinking feels like you're solving a problem, but actually, you're just stuck in a loop. Chatter uses your attention, your energy, your time, and it often makes you feel worse. So, what can we do about it? Why is chatter so dangerous for your focus? Focus is like a flashlight. It can only shine on one thing at a time. When you're caught in chatter, that light points inward, toward your thoughts. You're no longer focused on your work, your conversation, or your goals. You're just focused on your worries. Have you ever tried to study or work, but your mind keeps replaying a mistake? Or you're talking to someone, but you're thinking about something else? That's chatter stealing your focus. It makes it harder to listen, harder to remember, harder to be present. When your mind is full of noise, everything feels harder. Even small tasks feel like too much. You feel tired even if you've done nothing. The good news? You can train your mind to shift focus back to what really matters. And that's what we're learning today. How does chatter affect your emotions? Chatter doesn't just make you overthink. It makes you feel bad, too. It brings up emotions like fear, guilt, shame, or anger. And when those emotions repeat over and over, they start to feel heavy. Maybe you regret something from the past. Maybe you're scared of what might happen next. Chatter keeps you stuck between what was and what might be, but never lets you enjoy what is. And here's the worst part. Chatter often lies to you. It makes small problems feel huge. It tells you things are worse than they are. It says, you'll never get better, or no one understands you. But remember, it's just a voice, not always the truth. And the more you learn to notice it, the easier it becomes to change the story. Can chatter affect your relationships? Yes, and often more than we think. When you're stuck in chatter, it becomes hard to listen to others. You might be having a conversation, but your mind is somewhere else. You keep talking about your problems, but you're not really connecting. Sometimes, chatter makes us repeat the same stories again and again. We go to a friend and say, I just don't know what to do. And the next day, we say the same thing. This can push people away. They feel like they can't help, or like you're not listening to them in return. Chatter can also make you more irritable. You might snap at someone, not because of what they did, but because your mind is full and stressed. Over time, this creates tension. Learning to manage your inner voice isn't just for you, it's a gift to your relationships too. When your mind is calm, you listen better, respond better, and feel closer to others. Can chatter harm your body too? Most people don't realize this. But overthinking doesn't just affect your mind, it affects your body too. When you're stressed, your body creates a physical response. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your breathing changes. This is natural and helpful in small amounts, but with chatter, your mind keeps replaying the same stress again and again. Your body thinks the danger is still there, even if it's just a memory, and that keeps your stress high. Over time, this can lead to real health problems. Chronic stress has been linked to heart disease, inflammation, and even some forms of cancer. It weakens your immune system. It makes it harder to sleep or recover. So this isn't just about feeling better, it's about living longer. Taking care of your thoughts is also taking care of your health. Is it normal to experience chatter? Absolutely. You're not broken. You're not strange. You're just human. Everyone deals with chatter at some point. Some people get lost in it for minutes, others for days. Some worry about the past. Others imagine every bad thing that could happen tomorrow. This is part of how the brain works. It wants to solve problems. It wants to stay safe, but sometimes it tries too hard. So yes, chatter is normal, but staying in it, letting it control you, that's something you can change. This episode is about learning how. Because once you understand chatter, you can create a space between you and your thoughts. And that changes everything. What is the first step to quieting chatter? The first step is noticing it. You can't change what you don't see. When you catch your mind repeating the same worry or getting stuck on a mistake, pause. Take a breath. Say to yourself, this is chatter. That simple moment where you notice is powerful. It creates distance. It reminds you that your thoughts are not facts. Chatter feels automatic, but the moment you recognize it, you're no longer stuck inside it. It's like stepping out of a loud room and closing the door. Suddenly you see it more clearly, and that gives you the chance to choose a better response. Can changing your environment help? Yes, your environment matters more than you think. When your mind feels messy, sometimes the best thing you can do is change where you are. Go for a walk, clean your room, open a window, touch something soft or warm. These small physical actions can help calm your inner noise. Why? Because your senses bring you back to the present. They remind your brain, I'm safe, I'm here, I can breathe. Even simple changes like moving to a brighter room, stepping outside, or hearing birds or wind can shift your focus away from mental loops. You don't need a perfect space. You just need to use your surroundings in smart ways. Your body and your brain are connected. So sometimes the best way to calm your thoughts is to move your feet. How do rituals help calm the mind? A ritual is a small routine you repeat the same way each time. It could be lighting a candle before you journal. It could be making tea and sitting in silence. It could even be touching your chest and saying, I'm okay. These actions might seem simple, but they give your brain order. When life feels chaotic, rituals create a sense of control. Your brain loves patterns, so when you do something the same way each time, it tells your nervous system, I know this, I'm safe. This can slow your heart rate, relax your muscles, and help you find calm, even when your thoughts are racing. You don't need big rituals. Just choose one or two that feel good. Repeat them often. Over time, they'll become a safe anchor in your day. What does it mean to create mental distance? When you're inside chatter, every thought feels personal. I'm a failure. I'll never figure this out. But what if you could step back and look at your thoughts from the outside? That's called mental distance. It means seeing your thoughts as thoughts, not truths. One way to do this is by changing how you speak to yourself. Instead of saying, why am I so stupid? Try saying, why is Deja feeling this way today? Or, what advice would I give someone else in this situation? Speaking in third person helps your brain zoom out. It activates the part of you that is calm and wise. It reminds you, you are not your thoughts. You can observe them without becoming them. That distance is where healing begins. How can you shift your focus? When you're stuck in chatter, your attention is locked inside your head, but you can move it, like a camera. Point it somewhere else. You can shift your focus to your breath, to your body, to something beautiful around you. You can also shift focus by helping someone else. When you give kindness or support, you stop thinking only about yourself. It's like opening a window in a hot, stuffy room. Fresh air comes in. Your mind cools down. Focus is a skill, and with practice, you can learn to move it again and again until it becomes second nature. Why is self-talk so important? The words you say to yourself matter more than you realize. They shape your beliefs, your confidence, and your choices. If you tell yourself, I always mess up, your brain starts to believe it, and then you do mess up. But if you say, this is hard, but I'm learning, your brain believes that too, and it looks for progress, not perfection. This is called positive self-talk. It's not about lying to yourself or pretending things are perfect. It's about being kind and honest. The way you'd talk to a friend. You are always listening to your inner voice, so make sure it speaks with respect. What role does time play in chatter? Chatter often isn't about what's happening right now. It lives in the past or jumps into the future. It says things like, what if I fail tomorrow? Or, why did I say that last week? It pulls your attention away from this moment and into fear, regret, or worry. But here's the truth. Your real power is only found in the present, right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow. And when you bring your focus back to this moment, chatter starts to fade. It won't disappear instantly, but it loses energy. It gets quieter. One powerful way to return to the present is through your senses. Look around. What do you see? Listen carefully. What do you hear? Notice your body. Can you feel your feet? Can you feel your breath? These simple questions are like anchors. They pull you back to now, back to clarity, back to yourself. Why is acceptance part of the solution? Sometimes the harder we fight our thoughts, the louder they get. You say, "Stop worrying," but your mind keeps going. You think, "I shouldn't feel this way," but you still do. This creates resistance, and resistance builds stress. That's why acceptance is powerful. It doesn't mean you like the chatter. It doesn't mean you agree with it. It just means you see it without panic. You say, "Okay, I hear you, but I don't have to believe you." This soft response often weakens the chatter because now you're not giving it energy. You're not fighting or feeding it. You're simply noticing. And in that noticing, your power returns. Acceptance isn't giving up. It's choosing peace over pressure. And it makes space for something new to grow. What tools actually help quiet the mind? You don't need 100 strategies. You just need a few that really work for you. Maybe it's taking a walk without your phone. Maybe it's writing your thoughts down. Maybe it's naming your feelings out loud or repeating a calming phrase like, "This will pass." There's no perfect tool, only the right one for the moment. But the key is to use your tools on purpose. Don't wait until your thoughts feel out of control. Build the habit before the storm. Practice your tools daily, like brushing your teeth. Over time, they become your second brain, ready to support you, even when things feel hard. Can you train your brain to reduce chatter? Yes, your brain is always learning. It changes through what we call neuroplasticity, a big word that simply means your brain can grow new habits. Every time you interrupt chatter with a calming tool, you teach your brain, "This is how we handle stress now." Every time you speak to yourself with kindness, you teach your brain, "We treat ourselves with care." Like building a muscle at the gym, this takes time and repetition. At first, the chatter may still come, loud and fast, but the more you practice, the faster you'll find your calm voice again. This is brain training, not through pressure, but through gentle daily steps. How do you build a healthy inner voice? A healthy inner voice is like a wise, kind coach. It's honest, but not harsh. It gives feedback, but also encouragement. It notices mistakes, but focuses on growth. To build this voice, start by listening. What do you usually say to yourself when things go wrong? Would you say those same words to someone you love? If not, it's time to change the tone. Say, "I'm learning." Say, "I'm doing my best." Say, "This is hard, but I can handle it." Over time, your inner voice becomes a true friend, one that helps you rise, not fall. And that kind of voice changes your whole life. What if you lived with more mental peace? Just imagine waking up and not feeling heavy in your mind, doing your work without a storm of thoughts in the background, resting without replaying every mistake from the day. That peace is possible, not because life is perfect, but because you've learned how to respond, not react. Your inner voice will never be silent. And that's okay, but it can become steady, wise, and calm. You've learned what chatter is. You've seen how it steals focus, energy, and joy. And now you have tools to manage it. tools to notice, pause, shift, and reset. So stay with your practice. Keep listening. Keep growing. Because this isn't just about English, it's about becoming a person who knows how to think clearly, live fully, and speak kindly to themselves in every language. Now, as we close the episode, let's quickly summarize how to deal with your inner chatter, especially when it turns cruel. The first step is simple. Notice it. Whenever that voice gets loud again, don't react immediately. Just pause and recognize it for what it is. Then, name it. Say to yourself, "This is the chatter." By naming it, you create a small but powerful distance between you and that voice. Next, take a deep breath. In that moment, ask yourself, is this helpful, or is it just noise? If the answer is noise, let it go. You don't need to argue with it, just choose not to follow it. And here's the final step. Speak back to it. Replace that cruel voice with one that is kind and calm. Even if it feels strange at first, even if you don't fully believe it, say something supportive to yourself. That's how you begin to train your inner voice to work with you, not against you. So no, you don't need to shut it up forever. But you can learn how to manage it. With time and practice, it becomes easier. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know in the comments. Tell me what part made you think or which step you want to try first. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more episodes like this. This is Deja, and I'll see you in the next one.